Hello, welcome back to Small Town Dolls and Toys. Or if you're new here, just welcome. My name is Maria. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy. This is going to be, well, first of all, I'm remembering now, a quick disclaimer, meaning more like an apology. I'm sorry, in my first few videos I've posted, I'm realizing most of them barely have audio because, let's face it, I am, as you probably might have guessed, I'm filming on a very cruddy camera, which is the camera on my computer, because don't really have anything better at the moment in time. But if I sound like I'm shouting for all of this video, that's why, because there's no microphone. Before I get a better camera, I'd like to at least get a microphone that hopefully within the next few days I'll secure something like that. Because this is just, this is ridiculous. The whispering. It sounds like I'm whispering the whole time. But anyway, I thought today we'd do something a little different. That we would do a just talking video. I want to see how far I can even go on a talking video without a microphone. Maybe it'll just sound like crap. Maybe I won't end up posting this video. But anyway, let's just experiment. Okay, so I just want to do a what kind of collector are you? Like, I'm assuming, well, I'm not going to assume anything. Maybe you don't collect. Maybe you're watching this video because you like Barbies and dolls and toys and American Girl, but you don't necessarily collect them. Maybe it's just a nostalgia video for you, and that's fine. That's all fine. More power to you. To those who collect, if you're watching this and you're a collector, this is just a quick, hang on, I'm adjusting myself here. We're good. I'm just going to do what kind of, I'm going to talk about the kinds of collectors there are, basically. Because everyone, let's face it, in the toy collecting community has a different collecting style. I've noticed from 10 years of collecting dolls and also 10 years of being on Instagram and meeting or making the acquaintance of or finding out about other doll and toy collectors. I've learned everyone has a different style, and almost no two styles are alike so far, I've noticed. Because some people who, let's say someone collects American Girl dolls and Barbie dolls. There are some people who would leave all their Barbie dolls in the boxes, but the American Girls they would unbox. Some people keep every single doll they ever get in box, and they won't buy dolls unless they are in their original packaging. Oh, and also, one more disclaimer. This video is not to judge or criticize any style of collecting I'm going to talk about in this video. No, there's no really right or wrong way to do doll collecting. That's something else I've learned in the past 10 years. There is no wrong way to do doll collecting. I don't know if there's a right way, but people just do what works best for them, I noticed. And that's just great. That's the great thing about this hobby, is you can go by your own rules and whatever you personally want to do, what you want to spend, what you want to buy, what you don't want to buy, and how you want to display your dolls, keep your dolls, not keep your dolls. That's totally and completely up to you. That's great. It all works. Everything goes in doll collecting. That's fantastic. Now, mind you, it has reached my attention that, in all due respect, there are some, for lack of a better phrase, mean girl types in the doll collecting community. Some people who, for instance, will be like, oh, you unbox? That's lame. Or, why do you take them out of the box? You're ruining the value. Or, what? You're buying that and you don't even know anything about the fandom? Like, there are those types, but I personally have seen very little of that come to me directly in my 10 years of doll collecting and engaging with the online community of people who collect dolls and toys. Just really quick, people who say, oh, that'll ruin the value of something. Again, it's a personal choice of what you want to do, how you want to collect, and how you want to display or store or keep your dolls and toys. For me personally, just for me personally, I'm not saying this is your way or that it's right or wrong, I don't collect for value's sake. Not really. I really don't. I collect because I love these dolls. I collect them because they make me happy. They please me. They are beautiful. I want to hold them and look at them and think of back when I was a kid and how happy I would have been when I was a kid to own something like this. I love the colors. I love the nostalgia. I love the innocence. I love the styles. I love the evolution of style of Barbie, American Girl, or Build-A-Bear, or what have you. Or Beanie Babies. Whatever you like to collect, or just 80s toys, 90s toys, 90s girls' toys, 90s boys' toys, for lack of a better word. I'm just using these generic phrases because that's probably the easiest way to identify them. But yeah, I personally have seen very... Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, okay. I was going to say that I don't collect for the value's sake. I admit, this will be a whole separate video, I have downsized my collection in the past because in my earlier years of collecting, I was a little bit inexperienced, and I would sometimes see something and buy it for the sake of buying something. To get that high of, oh, there's a doll, I found a doll, lucky me, the price is almost halfway decent, I want it, I got it, I buy it, blah, blah, blah. So I would do that quite often, and ergo, I ended up with a lot of dolls that I liked, but did not necessarily love. They were, meaning I bought them because it filled the high that you sometimes get when you find something you really do want. So if I couldn't get that, I could at least fill it with the high of spending and finding something maybe similar that I sort of wanted. But I've learned in past years that that doesn't really bring joy for me. And plus it was taking up a lot of room. I have a very limited quarters here. Because I also, as you can see, I collect books. I have a whole library that you cannot see here. It goes all around the back of my room here. I have a whole library of books, and that takes up a lot of space too. And I just have this one little bedroom here. So, yeah, space is a little bit limited. It's just limited. So getting everything I can lay my hands on, not a good idea. And I found that out really, really fast. I'll do another video in the future about what happened to me last summer, so summer 2025, when I just got overwhelmed with collecting, and I downsized a lot of stuff because I came to the realization that I had really impulse bought a lot of stuff in the past 10 years that I hadn't necessarily loved. So yeah, I'll do a whole separate video on that. But yeah, long story short, I don't know where I was going with this. I don't collect for value. I collect for the love of these gorgeous dolls. Like for displaying purposes, I will often buy the... Whoop, my cat is moving my camera. I will often keep the doll in the box. Well, rather, I will unbox the doll, I will look at her, but I will display her in that same box, if that makes any sense. Like for instance, hang on. Sorry. Pardon the view. Sorry you had to see that. That shot of my butt that no one wanted to see. Okay. For instance, this doll. This Beauty and the Beast live action doll that, isn't she beautiful? This doll, I have unboxed her. I have. See, what I do. Sometimes I'll tape the boxes shut again if I want to display them right. But I've unboxed her. I unboxed her the day I got her. And I love her. I love looking at her beautiful skirts and her shoes and everything. But as you can see, I keep her in this box when I am done looking at her, just for display purposes. You can see that she's loose though. I do that for a lot of, if not most of, my box dolls. And as you can see behind me, there are dolls that I will find in the wild, if you will, in thrift stores, tag sales, Savers, Goodwill, etc. that will be obviously out of box. And if they are a good price, I buy them and display them as such. But there are some dolls that I will find in the wild, out of box, at a thrift store, and I will think to myself, you know, that was a doll I really wanted to have in box. Even though I would be unboxing her and playing with her. I just want, because these dolls, they look beautiful in their boxes. That's the thing to me personally. I think they look beautiful in their boxes. It's not a value thing. I think they look beautiful in their boxes, and the clear, not glass, but the plastic in front of them is a great way to display them without them getting too dusty. They can still fade when they're unboxed, by the way. So I like the way they look in the box, but taking them out is also what I like to do as well. I know it's a mix between the one and the other, and I'm probably going to lose half, if not all my audience on that. But that's what I like to do. But that's what's great about this community, is that you can collect any which way in the world that suits you. And that's my style is, if I want the box enough, then I only buy them in box. And I tend to unbox them anyway, but display them in the box. But with others, if I find them loose somewhere, yeah, I'm going to buy them and keep them even without the box, because I love them and I want them that way. And that's how I'm talking about Barbies and fashion dolls in the Disney 12-inch, at least. With American Girl dolls, I admit, this is my big shameful confession here. I've never bought an American Girl new before. And if I did, I would not display her in the box. I don't think I would. The one I am probably going to end up buying new is Claudie, because there just aren't enough decent options right now on eBay. And I really, 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 really want Claudie. She's beautiful. I love her outfit, her colors, and I love the period of the Harlem Renaissance. And when I was in university, I actually took a course or two on that, and I am fascinated by this period in history of about 100 years ago in the history of Black African American people in the Western world, especially United States, specifically Harlem and also Chicago, and the impact they had on the arts and class and society, etc., etc. I'm on a tangent now, but yeah, I love the Harlem Renaissance so much. And then when they came out a couple years ago with a Harlem Renaissance American Girl, I just went, ah! I wish just one thing though, that they had done just for her sake the whole 6-book series with the beautiful illustrations again, like they used to do for the original 6, and for Rebecca and Julie and Kaya. I wish. That would have been my dream. But it was not to be. Blech. But yeah, long story short, American Girl, I've never bought them new. I've just always been on a budget my entire life. I'll do a whole other video on that, on what doll collecting was like for me growing up. And I'll talk about the American Girl dolls that I wanted, or maybe the not so American Girl dolls I wanted. Magic Attic Club. But yeah, and but yeah, American Girl, even if I bought them new, would not display them in the box. They're just too big, they're too beautiful. You need to see their beautiful outfits. You need to see everything. You need to feel the beautiful cloth and the vinyl and the plastic and the fake leather and the cotton and of their gorgeous dresses. You have to. You have to. But that's just me. I'm saying you have to as in you have to, but no, it's just me. It's my preference. And you do what you want. That is, again, the point of this video. It's what is so great about doll collecting. So, yeah, so my question is for you in the comments. What do you collect? If you collect, what do you collect and how do you like to collect them? I, for me, collect all kinds of things in the world, all kinds of dolls. The main ones are American Girl, Barbie, any 12-inch Disney, whether it's Jakks Pacific or Mattel, or I even have a few Hasbro or Disney Store. So yeah, I collect 12-inch fashion dolls basically, and I collect American Girl. I collect this. This is what a lot of people don't get. I collect a lot of baby dolls. I love baby dolls. No, I don't have a weird thing for them. I love them. They're adorable. They're beautiful. I love the idea that how do I talk? I mean, they're beautiful. Just the idea of someone making a doll of a little human, and this is supposed to be for a little kid, a little girl, or a little boy to play mommy or daddy with. And just how these baby dolls have looked over the past century, and how they've evolved, and what certain companies will do to make their baby doll special. Whether it's Madame Alexander, or Pleasant Company American Girl, or Behringer, or what's my other one I like? Zapf Creation. If that's how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry that if I've butchered Zapf. But yeah, I love baby dolls. So yeah, Barbies, baby dolls. I collect American Girl, a couple other 18-inch kinds of dolls. I collect Madame Alexander. I collect Build-A-Bear. It isn't really a doll, it's a stuffed animal. It's a plushie. And I collect Beanie Babies. I have a few Squishmallows. A lot of other just random dolls I find from the 80s and 90s, because that's me. If I see a doll that I like and the price is really good, I don't particularly care what it's from or when it's from or if I know anything about it. I'm going to buy it because I love it and I want that in my collection. So yeah, that's me. That's my collecting style. I collect all kinds, but probably mainly Barbie, American Girl, Build-A-Bear. Those are my really three big ones, my main collector items. And tend to... everything except some Barbies, I tend to display them out of box. Value isn't something that... reseller value is not really something that I am looking for. So yeah, oh gosh, another tangent. So, my question for you from the comments: what's your collecting style? What do you collect, and how do you collect it? In box, out of box, new, brand new, 80s, 90s, double O's, 20, whatever. What do you collect? 20 teens, 2020s. Yeah. And if you don't collect, and you are thinking about collecting, what would you like to collect? And if you don't collect, and you aren't thinking of collecting, but you want to play along anyway, okay, what would you, if you were a collector, what would you collect, and how would you collect it? Alright, this has been Maria on Small Town Dolls and Toys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, you can hit subscribe. It is free. And if you like this video, if you could give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching and letting me take 20 minutes of your time. This has been Maria. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.